decided to create this shorter version of my last long video, so it is a bit more digestible. However, if you prefer the longer, more detailed video, you can follow the link in the description. This frame is gold painted and has seen better days. The gold color has faded over time, which is normal because it's not real gold leaf, so it typically doesn't leave for a long time. Although the frame is not in terrible structural condition, it does have some missing elements that need to be added, mainly the label it once had, which is now lost and needs to be replaced. The decorative details on the frame are very beautiful, but because the color has faded, they don't stand out and their beauty cannot be fully appreciated. So I'm going to go through the process of bringing it back to life. After a careful analysis of the structural state of the frame, the first action I will take is the cleaning of the frame. For this, I use a mild solvent with a cotton swab. I clean the details, which are three-dimensional. The darker color in the lower areas of the details adds depth, as these areas are usually darker due to the accumulated different elements, including dirt, smoke, and others. I clean these areas, but I try not to over-cleaning it, as they contribute to the frame's overall dimension. Later, when I enhance the top detailed areas, the contrast between both will be effective and visually very appealing. Once I feel the frame is sufficiently cleaned, I can better assess the structure and details. Fortunately, the frame is in good condition, with no broken details or major tears in the reliefs that would require repair. If there were any damages, I would likely apply a mixture of gesso and hide glue. Hide glue brings hardness and resistance to the gesso when it is dry, so it becomes really hard and very resistant. Alternatively, I could recreate the missing parts using silicone molds and compo, which is a short for composition. Compo typically includes chalk, hide glue, linseed oil, and some other ingredients. And after shaping the missing details, I will glue them back onto the frame. However, since this isn't necessary, I can move on to preparing the gilding wax. This wax comes in a semi-solid form, but I prefer to apply it with a brush for a better control, so I have to dilute it with some solvent. While the color of the wax is nice, I prefer a warmer tone, so to achieve this, I mix in various golden pigments until I find the right shade. In my pigment box, I do keep several pigments, but I have several with different tones of gold. This allows me to achieve a very big choice of gold colors, especially when I need to do some kind of work, exactly like I'm doing this one. But only after several tries I get the tone I want, and while I mix them, of course, also add a few drops of solvent to achieve the right texture for the application. The wax is now ready. I have the best tone and the right texture, so it's time to bring light to the frame. If you are an art enthusiast and enjoy hands-on projects, in the description of this video you'll find a link that takes you to a page where you can download a free PDF with explanations about this process, including some suggested products. When I apply the wax, I have a short window of time to work with it before it dries. So before it fully sets, I use a soft cloth that I roll into a ball to gently rub the wax over the highlighted areas. This action helps to create a more natural transition between the areas covered in gold on the top and the deeper areas that remain unwaxed. Bringing this frame back to its original form and appearance is the goal of this restoration. By closely examining the frame and the nail holes, it was clear that the frame once had a label. I had a new label made, as these labels usually carry the name of the artist who painted the painting. Since I knew the correct information to engrave on it, I was able to ask an engraver to make it. These labels are typically applied with nails, and in this case is no exception. The frame is now getting ready. It's time to assemble the painting with its frame, or rather, to reunite the frame with the painting it belongs to. The painting is a portrait of Francis Reynolds, which I restored some time ago and also made a video about, and you can watch that video by clicking here. The painting is on a wooden panel that is slightly smaller than the frame window, so I had to carefully adjust and center it. After several tries and some patience, it finally fits perfectly. When this painting arrived to me to be restored, it arrived with a label on the back that I initially kept and preserved, and now it's time to be applied. Initially, it arrived glued to the panel with a piece of tape on the back, but now I am applying it with a small piece of cardboard, and I am applying it with some hide glue. This step completes the information I have about this painting, and this adds a lot of value to it. So here it is, the moment of truth, when I can lift the painting in its restored frame. That now looks beautiful and complete. The beautiful portrait now receives more light from the frame, and they both together made this a wonderful piece of art. Painting and its frame initially were with no life, with colors faded due to dirt and other factors. But now, after being restored, they have become a beautiful work of art. If you enjoyed the video, give a like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I see you on the next one. Peace.